What's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of the Walker Review. It's your man B Walk, and I'm here with a young up and coming artist out of Dallas, Texas. That's not only 18 years old, but he's coming to provide you guys with some wisdom, knowledge. Make you think about something when you listen to his music. My friend, we had a long conversation up until this point, and I'm honestly excited about this interview. You guys should be too. My man, Maxmillion.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, brother.
Appreciate you coming on the Walker Review.
Yes, sir.
Great things come up and listen to your music. We know a lot of the similar same people, even some of the people that was in your recent video that you shot.
Yep.
So we're going to dive into all of that today, and I think you guys will enjoy it. But for starters, where are you originally from?
So I come from Detroit, Michigan, man. My mother was born and raised in Houston, Texas, but I come from Detroit. So,
Understood.
yeah.
So that whole conversation of the real deep, because it's between Detroit and Dallas. I'm a born and raised Dallas person, so I've always seen Dallas as being the real deep. You oppose or?
I'm not gonna take any shots at Detroit, but you know what I'm saying. I've been here since I was 11, so Dallas is my home, man.
Understood.
It's my first home, I think. So yeah.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Shout out to Eminem from Detroit. But so I remember looking at a recent interview that you did. You were raised in a household, 6 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, man.
Dad was in the household. Talk to me about that upbringing that you kind of had.
So with my family, man, when I came up, I didn't have a father figure on my side to rear me and teach me how to have masculine figures, how to go out and be a man. So I looked up to my older brother, who was, I think, more manlier and more masculine, and he taught me how to be a man. And then from that process, I carried that to my younger brother. Mm-hmm. And then I have 3 sisters. So, as a brother, I got to be protective of my sisters. Right. Because we don't got that masculine figure in my household. Mm-hmm. And that's how it is with every other black community, If you don't got no father, we step in that role of, protecting our little sisters.
What about your mom? Like, I know during that time you were real close with your mom. Talk about the kind of the inspiration that your mom shined on your life, just dealing with everything that she dealt with.
My mom is my biggest inspiration, man. And when you watch this, mama, I love you. I love my mom, man. I really take what she does to heart. I take her advice to heart, man. And I really think she set me up for success, not just because she had me, but because she taught me that even though you don't have a father, even though you don't have that masculine authority in your life, that doesn't stop you from becoming a man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you think a man is, it doesn't stop you from becoming successful as a man, and a black man at that, So, yeah.
It's factual, man. And I know, when did you actually start off rapping? Like, when did you actually develop a passion for wanting to be an artist?
The funny thing is, when I was in elementary school, I used to write plays for people, and I would write, I think, 3 to 12 long page essays, and I would pick different people in my plays, and they would, do my plays. After that, it went from writing plays to writing poems, and then those poems went from writing poems to writing stories. Mm-hmm. Then I began to look up to artists like Eminem, 50 Cent. These were the artists popular around 2007. Mm-hmm. And that just became a huge influence on me, man. Hip-hop became a huge influence from a very early age.
When your mom kind of saw you going down that road, did she support it? Because most parents, they see being an artist as a waste of time. You either get a real job or do something that's going to really bring some money in from the fruits of your labor. Like, did she really support you in your dream of wanting to be an artist?
And I'm going to say this, I love my mom, man, but I think she saw it more as a hobby than an actual business. Mm-hmm. And that's okay because, you have to, in this world, people think that you have to decipher reality from fun. Mm-hmm. And at the time, it was fun to me. So I don't think she ever did see it as a business, but I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted out of hip hop and what I want still, So.
Got you. And I dove a little bit deeper into your music while I was researching and getting ready for this interview. And you had a bar on Stereotype where it went like this. He said, he went and got a bachelor's and now he feels the world owed him something. Right. No experience, never had to work for nothing. Bookworm, but the book couldn't teach him hustle. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that took me back to one of my favorite rappers, 2 Chainz.
Right.
On his Pretty Girls Like Trap Music album, he had a song Saturday Night. He said he had a verse on that song. If you wasn't born with ambition, who you gonna blame for that?
Right.
What's your lifestyle and how you were brought up? How did that hustle how was that hustle instilled in you?
My mom, my biggest inspiration still, she attended college. I believe she attended two colleges. One was Baylor, and then I think something was, I forget what the other college is called, but still, the fact of the matter is that she attended college, man, and she always instilled with me, son, if you don't go to college, you're not really going to be on the route to successful. I beg to differ. Mm-hmm. I've had people in my life who I still look up to this day who are in insurance or real estate or have a trade who are successful without a college degree or without a bachelor's degree, even have mom and pop shops and still are doing well. Mm-hmm. Why can't I do the same thing with hip hop?
Exactly. And we actually had a conversation about that because you actually DM'd me on Instagram because you saw in my bio where it said, I have an MBA, but I had in quotations, even though college is overrated. And just simply talking about kind of the wave of how college is not the end-all, be-all. Right. Because I can honestly say my mom, she graduated from high school, works for the IRS, and doesn't have only has a high school diploma. And I know a lot of the other people who went to college, didn't even finish, or didn't even go to college and are successful in their own right. Just briefly talk to me about your stance on, is college important, or is that just the norm that was brought upon us just to kind of keep us not so much down, but in a box where we feel that college is our only way to be successful in this day and age, in this generation?
Of course, man. I think college is very important. I'm never going to knock education. Malcolm X used to say that education is the passport to the future. Mm-hmm. My favorite rapper is J. Cole. He went and got his bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. 2 Chainz went and got a bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. Lil Wayne went and got a bachelor's degree. Now, I'm not deterring the fact from education. What I am taking away from it is what's your discretion behind it? What's your purpose? If you don't put a purpose behind what you're doing, you're wasting time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Discretion shall preserve you, understanding shall keep you. That's what the Bible says. You don't got no purpose, no understanding of that purpose and what you're doing with it, you're wasting time. And that's how I feel college is with people who don't know what they want to do.
Exactly. And even in the field that I work in, because I work in education, and I deal with kids every day who don't know what they want to do. Right. They see a certain goal, but they don't know how to obtain it. Right. And I'm there on a daily basis kind of guiding them. Because the main question I ask on a daily basis is, what is it that you love to do? If you could get paid $500,000 doing what you love to do, what would it be? Right. Now, when you talk to the young kids, they always say professional athlete because that's what they see. That's the only thing they glamorize. Right. But when you get to older or in high school, they're like, okay, I see myself being a nurse or this or that. I want to work on trucks. I want to work on bikes. I want to actually be dental hygienist. I've seen a lot of different trades be brought up. And I'm always the realist. I like to always tell them that, hey, college is not for everyone. And people need to understand that because they bring on the notion that everybody can manage in college, everybody can succeed in college. And I don't try to deter anybody, but everybody can. Because I know I struggled in college for a certain point in time, but I knew for a fact I'm the type of person I don't like to quit on something I start. Exactly. So I always grow from that. And if you, what do you kind of push to your younger brothers and sisters, or your sisters, because you have younger sisters? Yeah. Push to them about education and just being able to make their own decision on, okay, if college is for you, do the best at it. But if it's not, the route that you take from there. I
think you simply answered the question, man, to keep it real. If you set your mind to something, see it forth, do it, and don't let people deter you. Don't let other people's opinions deter you because at the end of the day, we were all put on earth for a purpose. Mm-hmm. People think that rapping is just making money, looking a certain way, setting a trend. I think rapping is, because I'm a hip hop fiend, I think rapping is telling stories, relatable, preaching to people, and not preaching in the context of gospel or church, but really digging in the soul and relating to people. I think, honestly, when I tell my young siblings or my older siblings to do something, it's just follow their passion. My brother's writing a book right now. So my advice to him will be just follow your passion and don't care what anybody else has to say. Because they're not going to support you because they don't have that purpose, the same purpose as you have. So, yeah.
And I lean on that heavily because we all have a divine purpose out there in this world. And that's one of the most, I've seen that with myself. That's one of the most confusing times in my life.
Yeah.
Simply trying to figure out your purpose. Because you're up doing a lot. You think you're getting somewhere, but then you get knocked down. And you begin to wonder, what is my purpose on this world? What is it that God has put me on this earth to do?
Right.
Because I know a lot of people think that their purpose is solely geared off their career, solely geared off their financial stability. However, that's never the full goal, because God has a different kind of purpose on this life, something that you may not see because you're only trying to accomplish your own personal goals. But you'll have ways of getting your attention and slowing you down so that you can look in front of you and see what's actually in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's another song that you did that I had a lot of relatability with, because one, my good friend and my brother, Zach, was in the actual video. And let's talk about Nappy-headed Israelite.
Yeah.
Just talk to me, bring me back to the planning stages and where you developed the concept to even make a song like that.
Okay, so before I begin to get into Nappy-headed Israelite, I just want to say I'm in the process of finishing up a project called 914 Duncanville.
Okay.
And just to elaborate on that real quick, that project is about, from a young 18-year-old perspective, black male perspective, it's about finishing high school and now what? I've been kicked out the house 3 times, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even say kicked out the house. The first time is I left on my own, trying to see if I could be a man in this world. The second time is I was ignorant, so, I got into a little argument and I got kicked out. And through that period of last year to almost the ending of this year right here, there's a lot of things that I've went through that I've expressed within my music, whether it be losing a job, having a couple of jobs, my car breaking down, this friend not being as reliable as he says he's reliable. So 914 Duncanville. Now, as far as Nappy-headed Israelite, again, I'm going to always say this, I'm going to rep it to the day I die. I believe that the blacks are the true Hebrews, but that's my religion, that's my faith, my belief. When it comes to the song Nappy-headed Israelite, it's almost supposed to be a dogma. One side represents a spiritual, the title represents a spiritual religious function, but when you listen to the track and then when you see the visuals for the track, it's like, this don't got nothing to do with being an Israelite. Let me tell you why. Even though you don't know you're an Israelite, that don't stop you from experiencing the same traumatic factors as somebody who would know that they're Israelite. They don't stop you from being harassed from the cops, losing your job, So, yeah.
So, going forward with Nappy-headed Israelite, I dove in and I kind of watched the video multiple times, just seeing the different elements that you had with it. And one, I saw that not only the whole entire cast was black, African American, the police officers, even you, but also I saw in reference to the shooting that actually went down, where one officer fiercely looked down the barrel of his gun and shot, when the other officer kind of turned his head kind of reluctantly, like, this, I don't want to do it, but it's part of my job, so I have to do it. Kind of discuss that imagery that you kind of had in that kind of scene you had.
Of course, man. Like we said earlier, you have 2 different types of, and I feel in a black community, you have 2 different types of black men. You have the educated black man, and you have the not so educated or the brute type of force black man. It goes back to the field Negro and then the house Negro. With, shout out to Solo Soldier, with my brother Solo Soldier, who played the innocent cop, his mentality was like, damn, I don't want to shoot him, but I got to do what I got to do to get my job by, to feed my children. So almost he's playing with the system. And then you got the ruthless cop like Denzel Washington off of Training Day. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to still shoot you. I don't care if you black, well, I'm going to kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Time.
Right. Didn't waste any time. And you can see on Ziggy's face, like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? So not to make any highlight out of it, man, but yeah, when it comes to both different cops, one shares a belief that in the black community, I still got my job. I still have my children to feed. So I'm going to shoot you, but I feel sorry for you, bro. And then you got that other person in the black community he deserves this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what that whole imagery represents.
With all the music, because I saw you made a lot of references towards either police brutality or people who were victims of police brutality. How do you feel right now about law enforcement and just how things are going on? Even in the situation that's gone on in Dallas with the officer walking into the man's apartment, a wrong floor, wrong apartment, and killing him and calling him his actual apartment.
I've been following that story actually for a couple of weeks. I think his name is Botham Jackson.
Yes,
yeah. Man, I'm honestly, just to keep it real, I'm a little irritated by that story because first we were told that she didn't know that it was his apartment, or didn't know that it was the right apartment.
Stories.
Now the story is developing, and it's like, okay, the apartment door with the key, the apartment door, that wasn't even the right key, because the apartment doors have different keys. So now, since the story is developing, we're hearing that they knew each other and that it was a relationship. My biggest issue with the story is that it took so long to arrest her, and then to this day, they're trying to shame the black man, both M. Jackson, who was killed. They're not saying that, oh, weed was found in the apartment. That's wrong, man.
Yeah.
We're looking at a dead victim, and you're gonna shame
him. To be honest, it's crazy how the news polarizes things that really doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm being honest.
Exactly.
If he did, what does it matter?
Right.
Because the thing is, she was off duty. So once she's getting special treatment that she doesn't deserve,
right.
It takes 3 days.
Right.
Because if it was me or you who walked into a woman's apartment
12 hours.
and killed,
12 hours.
We're not leaving. We're not going home. We're going to a cell, and we're going to sit there until they feel like taking the cell.
Right.
But with her, she received special treatment, and it's mind blowing because my mom raised me. Hey, when you go out into the streets, be careful. And now I can't even be careful in my own house. When my door is locked, by myself. And it just brings up, like you said, irritation and just anger. And I don't want, the thing is, I don't want it to get to the point where people feel like they always have to revolt to express their feelings, but it's to the point, what else do we have to do?
Right.
What other options do we have? Could we protest? Even during the Dallas protests where the officers were killed, they plastered a black man all over the news when he actually gave his gun to the police.
Right.
Now, what if he was killed? We don't even know the backlash that he received after the day after. Did he lose his job? Was he honored? We don't know. But you guys didn't even show her face for 3 days and let things linger on, questions go unanswered. But as soon as you guys, it happened, they put that news hours after his funeral. Oh, it's weed in the house. Really?
Right.
Does that really matter?
Right. And, I think Malcolm X said it as well. I really look up to revolutionary people, but he said the first way you kill a man is by his imagery. Mm-hmm. So the man's already dead. You're going to go in and disrespect the moral image that he has by saying, oh, we found a couple of grams of weed in there. Totally ignoring the fact that he was a choir singer, totally ignoring the fact that this man was a young entrepreneur, black, healthy, intelligent, totally just seeing past that and saying, oh, we found a couple of grams of weed in his room. Like, come on now, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, there's a couple of CEOs that get down with weed that are white.
Exactly.
So at the same time, you guys are not crucifying them.
Right.
And it just becomes irritating. And I know I'm not the only one in my own community that feels like that. So I just wanted to get your take on it because I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
But moving forward, what is it that you want to accomplish, not only in the rap game, but just putting out your message with not only the track that you're going to put out, the album, your music, but what is it what message are you trying to send out to those in your community or those not even in your community?
Honestly, just two perspectives. I actually say three. The first one is be genuine who you are, be unique and be real to yourself. Mm-hmm. If you are born in the suburbs, but you live a struggling life, don't be afraid to admit that. Just because you're in the suburbs doesn't mean you're not getting treated a certain way. Don't be afraid to admit that. If you're born in the ghetto or depraved of education, don't be afraid to admit that, hey, I come from a certain way, but that doesn't mean that can be me in the future. Mm-hmm. So, first one is be real. Second one, definitely when it comes to this hip hop game, is honestly be me. Be true to who I am. If I do get signed or whatever happens, if I continue to expand Prince of a King, definitely be who I am now. In and out the game, because I want my children to see, man, my dad never sabotaged. He never became this man who, I don't know, who was far-fetched from who he truly is. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the third one is leave a legacy. I believe that every person who starts something should always leave a legacy with what they have, whether it be creating a foundation. I'm not even saying a legacy for my music. I'm saying for others, creating a platform for others, whether it be creating a school, creating an after-school program with music for people to express themselves, or just finally, giving back to the best way that I see fit. Mm-hmm. I'm a socialized person. I'm an extrovert, so I love. Man, if I got a couple dollars in my pocket, I'm gonna give them away, bro. Cause that's.
And I kind of picked that up because even when you came in, we first actually embraced and met. It was kind of like you were very open, willing to talk, willing to ask questions. Because you have some people who kind of you first meet. they're not so much standoffish, but they're trying to fill you out. They're not trying to really ask me too many
Right.
questions. They're just trying to fill out the scene.
Right.
And I didn't even get that kind of stance from you. You were really open, really trying to see what's going on.
And I'm gonna be honest, man, on camera, whoever watches this later on, if I ever watch this video later on in my life, I told my homeboy Brandon this one time. I said, it may look like I'm an extroverted, confident person, but bro, I feel the same type of nervousness that you feel. The only thing that I do is start the first conversation or start the first word so we can break that barrier of ice.
Right.
So that goes back to my first rule, you know, being genuine, real to who you are, you know. So yeah.
I understand that. You're smart, man. Even at a
Thank
young
you. I
age,
appreciate
bro,
that,
you're
bro.
definitely going places. And tell my followers where they can hear your music, where they can follow you, because you guys can definitely not only see this man grow, but catch on to his message. Because even me at 26, I can actually catch on to his message and really vibe with it. So tell them where they can find you at.
Man, honestly, you guys can follow me on Instagram at official Maxmillion. As far as there, I forgot my other social pages, but definitely follow me on Instagram at official Maxmillion. And then, of course, you can go to www.princeofaking.com for more updates. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. The Walker Review, Mr. Maximilian.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Once
Hey,
again,
appreciate you, man. For
seriously. You guys, thank you guys for continuing to subscribe, continue to follow the page, continue to like the videos. I really do appreciate all the love that you guys will continue to show, and the Walker Reviews continue to move forward. And we got big things.
Thinking about my dollars, cause my mama trying to kick me out the house without it. It's either that or going back to college. Scholarship, either that or working full-time for scholarship. Searching full-time for a job, ain't no offerings.
Saturday morning.